Donna and I were very excited to stop in San Juan, Puerto Rico on our recent Caribbean cruise. Puerto Rico is an island steeped in a rich and complicated history while being simultaneously mired in present-day political struggles that fascinate me. I wanted to witness the culture with my own eyes, to get my own sense of the people and the sights of one of the largest islands in the Caribbean. And let me tell you, San Juan did not disappoint. We arrived on the second day of the Fiestas de la Calle San Sebastián, or the San Sebastian Street Festival, a massive 4-day carnival and holiday. We were warned that the streets would be packed, and to allow extra travel time because it would take longer to get anywhere. While we really didn't have any issues related to how busy the streets were, the festival atmosphere did make it less appealing to get out and explore Old San Juan like we might have at any other time. Because of this, and the fact that we only had about 6 hours in San Juan, we elected to take a relatively short 800-meter walk through Old San Juan to San Cristobal and save more exploring for future trips, hopefully on board our own sailboat. We awoke on the morning of our arrival and went out on the balcony to see Castillo San Felipe del Morro slipping by us as we glided into port, with Castillo San Cristobal sitting above Old San Juan where we were about to dock. We climbed the hill to San Cristobal and wound up asking a man from Kentucky to take our picture. He did, but then we wound up talking with him and his son for half an hour because, well, the South. Anyway, once we went to the entry gate, a park ranger asked if we had tickets yet. We said we didn't, and we were, of course, very willing to pay the reasonable $10 US entry fee per person. But the friendly ranger told us that they weren't able to accept payments due to a technical glitch, so we were welcome to go into the fort free of charge. Yay! There was so much to see at San Cristobal, and so many features of the fort that it's difficult to explain them all. They have cannons dating back to the 1700s on display that Donna felt she had to pretend to fire. Their wellheads are protected because water was so precious and important to the security of the fort. There were plenty of explanatory signs dotted around the facilities, explaining what life was like at the fort at various times in history. It was fascinating. Never have to put up a fight. Used to be the back. We made friends with a huge iguana sunning itself on the ramparts. He was about 4 feet long from the tip of his nose to the end of his very long tail. Once I started recording him, he began walking over to us, and we could clearly hear his long claws scratching on the stones. But unfortunately, that sound didn't get picked up over the wind noise. He walked all around the rampart and right up to me, bobbing his head in what was either a warning gesture or a performance to, hopefully, beg for some food. We just thanked him for his time and moved on. Apple picking friend is a quitter, oh so he says, gonna give him a lesson, find our way through the mess. The world is so finite, the end might be in sight, but I won't be the one to turn out the light and bring on the night. That can't be right. Coastline of the peninsula that stretches from San Felipe to San Cristobal is rugged and gorgeous. We could easily imagine anchoring offshore, just basking in the beauty of the old fortifications. One, two, three, 4 and 5. On the edge of the great divide, grabbing the perfect homily, trying to avoid the backslide. It's not such a sad lament,
It's not even what I meant. That negative energy is...
There are way too many things to try to cram into one video, but here are a few highlights. I really appreciated the hand-hammered ironwork on the thick shuttered windows in the casemates. Some modern craftsmen used the same techniques and skills that a blacksmith hundreds of years ago used to make each one of these rivets, hinges, and straps. There's one section of the fort where they've cut through the floor to put a staircase up to a courtyard from below. The concrete floor is from the 1800s and shows the reinforcing iron bars and 3 feet of hand-mixed concrete. There are tunnels all throughout San Cristobal, part of their hidden defense systems. Donna can be a little bit claustrophobic at times, so we weren't sure she would be okay in them, but she was a trooper. It was so nice and cool in the tunnels that we could easily imagine the soldiers of old taking refuge from the tropical heat in them. The only stairs in San Cristobal are inside buildings. Outside, they used only ramps because they needed to haul heavy cannons up and down different levels if they were in battle. The ramps are actually surprisingly easy to walk on, even though they look steep. Overall, we loved Puerto Rico. The people were friendly and the atmosphere was not as impoverished as some of the other Caribbean islands we've been to. We felt safe there, and it seemed like there was a lot more infrastructure and opportunity than in some of the smaller Caribbean islands. We're definitely looking forward to visiting Puerto Rico again, but for more than 6 hours next time.
Old and new, torn and frayed, ever